So, he says, watch. He said, watch over 2,000 years ago. What does he say to us now? We have the 50th anniversary of the Golden Jubilee. We have First Advent. We have the gift of Jesus. We have the Father of the Lord. There's so many things to ask the Lord to show us tonight. So I'm going to need some help. Are there any children here or teens that may have a birthday this month? Raise your hands so I can see you. I don't have my glasses on. Nobody. Over here. Over here. Uh-oh, okay. So when was your birthday? November 23rd? Come on up here. What's your name? Say what that is. I want you to keep our distance now. Now, I'm not going to put Mom to the test, but what happened to your birthday? You got presents. Did y'all have a... Do you have a cake? Okay, she had a cake. Oh, so strong. Be strong. These people love you now. So you had a cake, right? What kind of cake was it? It had Kit Kats around it. I guess that's good. I don't know. They taste the chocolate thing. Oh, they're very good. And how many candles were on the cake? They were just 2 years old? So you were 11 years old when you had 2 candles, right? 10 candles. And 1 to go. You turned 10. Very good. So 10-year-old with 10 candles. Let's thank now for helping. Thank you. That's it. Now you're going to see what I mean in just a second. Is there anybody here that has been married for 50 years? Yo! So the question is, on your 50th anniversary, did you have a cake with 50 candles? No. And I just turned 70, and believe me, we didn't have 70 candles on my cake. Here's my point. When Natalie celebrated with her family her birthday, Natalie wasn't thinking about this so much, but you know what her mama was thinking about? Mom was thinking about when she carried her in her womb. And she told her friends that she was pregnant. And she struggled with that first pregnancy. And second pregnancy. And she came close and she delivered and she loved that baby more than they will ever know. Now, all these things your mom was thinking about while you were blowing out and eating the Kit Kats. Because your mom was remembering. That's the key to the little homily, remembering. Your mom was remembering. She was celebrating with you, but she was remembering your 10 years of life. Because she is invested in every moment that you live. The same for those of you who've been married 50 years. When you've been married that long, I'm guessing I haven't been married myself, but when you've been married that long, you go through some things, right? And there's a lot to talk about, but what you remember best is the one sitting next to you, who's still sitting next to you, and loving you for those 50 years. Why am I talking about these things? Natalie, this looks kind of like a cake. It's round. No Kit Kats. It only has 4 candles. But it's about memory. Like the mom remembered Natalie's 10 years, so the Church of Jesus Christ, with these 4 candles, remembers the 4 weeks of Advent. And during the time, these 4 weeks of Advent, the 4 candles, what are we remembering? We remember what Isaiah said. Isaiah said, I'm going to paraphrase the great prophet, because the last line's the killer. He basically told us we were Israel. And he said, you have blown it. God gave you everything. He gave you Torah. He gave you His law. He gave you His project. He is your God. I am your King. And again and again, you have blown that love affair, that covenant. And guess what? Did you catch the last line? Here's the last line. He says, after He castigates us for our lack of faithfulness, then He said, but you are our Father, and we are your clay, and you are our potter. Now, fast forward to the Christ, the Messiah of God. He has done what needed to be done to continue God's project. And God's project was to heal the human race. And He has done that by that sacrifice that we see every Sunday on the altar. That sacrifice of the cross. The deed has been done. The victory has been won. And yet He still says, watch. Watch for me. How can He say that even though the victory is won and He has risen from death? How do we still need to watch and pray? Because even now, young one, even now, you are in the hands of God. You are like clay to God. And God is a potter. And what He wants of you to be the most perfect and beautiful young woman you can be. And He will give you all that you need to be. And it's the same for all of us. We who are disciples of Jesus, the young and the not so young. We too, there you go, brother, thank you. We too are clay in the hands of a potter. We begin Advent together here at St. Mary's in Jackson. And although we may feel drugged down with all of the COVID and the mess that we've gone through in 2020, we are alive in Jesus Christ. And he says to us again, Jackson, please watch for me. Listen for my love. Be attentive to my voice, my word. And we do that by remembering who we are. We are clay in the hands of a potter. And He's fashioning us to be saints. Saints for St. Mary's, saints for Jackson, saints for this diocese. He's calling us to be heroes, to live a heroic and virtuous life. And how do we do that? How do we do that? We follow what He said to do. What did He say? He said, if you see the hungry, what do? We feed them. If you see someone without home, what do we try to do for them? We find a home. If you see somebody in the cold outside and they're wearing a t-shirt and they're freezing, what do we try to do? We try to find them a cloak. We take care of our neighbor as if they were our very own. As if He really was my brother. That's how close God wants us to be. All of us here. And it sounds like an impossibility. Just like food. Just like this man here. And all in between. We are clay. And God is the potter. And He wants to fashion you tonight unto the image of His Jesus. If you let Him. That's what it means to be open to His. Thank you, Natalie. Stay with me, brothers and sisters.